Do you tell the girls at the first date to shut off?
No.
I tell them, in the questions I ask them, I tell them like this. Do you have a set of rules? You know, you go with a guy and you have to, because if you have rules, I'd like you to tell me them, because I'll decide if I want to continue. If a girl tells me, I never sleep with a guy for the first month, I say, oh, that's very nice. We'll see you later. I'll call you and I'm like, yeah, see? You see? You weren't thinking what she's going to want to hear. She's not going to want to hear that. That's for sure. I'll call you in a month. You know, I had a girl, I was telling them a story last night. I had a girl, she tells me when she meets me, I give every guy 12 tickets a year. You can have them the first month, you can have them the first week, or once a month. I'm like, okay. I'll listen to her. So after the 12th time I slept with her, I stopped calling her. 4 days later, she calls me up and says, hi. Hi. So what are you doing? I'm busy today. How come I don't see you anymore? I'm just busy. I'll see you again. Yeah, when? I'm not really sure. I have to check. What do you have to check on? The first time I slept with you. What do you mean? Well, next year I'll call you again. I've used my 12 tickets already. Oh, she yelled at me on the phone. Okay, bye. She chased after me after that. You gave me 12 tickets. I'm finished. I liked it. Very straight. I wasn't upset. I had another girl tells me one time, don't call me anymore. Because she found out I'm seeing 2 other girls. So I said to her, no, I'm not seeing 2 other girls. She says, what do you mean? I've seen 4 other girls. Don't ever call me again. I said, okay. I consider myself a gentleman. And I tell them I'm a gentleman. If you tell me don't call me, I'm not going to call you. About a week and a half goes by. Hello? You bastard. You couldn't call me? You told me not to call you again. I'm not going to call you if you tell me don't call me. And then she goes, do you sleep with all the other girls you see? And I tell them the same thing I tell every woman. I'm a gentleman. And I don't discuss with them, you, and I don't discuss you with them. Closed issue. If they ask me a question, I was hoping one guy would ask me a question that I would show you an example, but if they ask me a question that I'm not comfortable answering, knowing I'm going to get in trouble, my answer all the time is the same. I'm not comfortable answering that question. Maybe when I get to know you a little better. It's very simple. Oh, but I didn't lie to you, and I'm not going to tell you a story. That's where you go back and you tell them honesty, trust, and respect. You're not respecting me by not answering me. Well, if that's what you feel, I can't change if you think something wrong, which isn't, but that's my answer. And you stay firm. You know, I forgot something at the hotel, which I hope Dennis will go back later and get it. I make a medallion. We're just bringing it out now, okay? It's a medallion, a round disc you wear around your neck. It says David X. On one side, it says David X, rule number 1. And on the other side, it says David X, rule number 2. Now, we make it in 3 kinds, like the Olympics. Bronze, silver, and gold. Everybody can buy a bronze one. When you graduate, you get the gold one. Or the silver one, depends how good you are. But that started because I have the students, a lot of students. I told them, like, again, rule number 1, rule number 2. I didn't give you 12 rules, I didn't give you 10 rules, I gave you 2. And I said, I feel like putting my hands around your throat. And I said, you know what? I'll make something that'll be around your throat. It's a reminder. It's silly, but it's a reminder. And when you go out and a woman sees David X rule number 1 or David X rule number 2, you have to answer only one way. What is that for? I can only tell you about that after I sleep with you. Because that's what's important. And how could a woman be mad if you're telling him, I don't want to think about what you're thinking, I want to think about what I'm thinking? They're not thinking about what you're thinking. They know very well how to manipulate guys. They love to, like he said over there, when you're in a club, walk away from you. They know what they're doing. They're not stupid. They know how to manipulate you. So imagine, the next guy that meets that girl, he's going to have the same thing. She's going to walk away. She's going to be walking for a hell of a long time, unless she meets a guy who's gay. They can go shopping together. You could try that. You know, you could say, if you ever see her again, go, you know what? I want to be friends. Let's go shopping. Who wants to be with a woman? If the woman says to you, we can be friends, come shopping with me, but you can't sleep with me, how many guys here do you think would go?
I did it.
You did it?
Yeah.
Did you fuck her?
No, but next day when I went to club, because I was used to getting around a hot girl, it was much easier to approach other women. So it was good for something.
It was, exactly.
Yeah.
You learned from it too.
Yes.
From everything bad, something good can come out, as long as you use it for you as a learning experience.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't.
You know what? Yes. And the beauty is, there's so many women out there. I'm not saying every woman I slept with that I talked to. But I didn't leave. When I went out on a Saturday night or a Friday night or a Thursday night, I didn't leave till I left with somebody. It was that easy. Maybe I talked to 6 girls and I took one of them home. Maybe I talked to 2 girls. I never had trouble with good-looking girls. The only girls I had trouble with was the ugly ones. I was telling the story last night. I forget to who I was telling it to. I went to a club, and I was late. I worked late that day, and I went home, and I figured, you know, in Montreal, we go out like 10, 11 o'clock at night, you know. Clubs are open till 3, 4 in the morning. So I figured I'm going to lie down for an hour. I worked late. I'm going to lie down for an hour. And I fell asleep. I woke up, was already after 12. So I said, I'm going to go out anyway, even though I know it's late. I took a shower. By the time I got downtown, it was about 2:30, 3 o'clock. I go to my favorite place where I know I'm always lucky. And I go in. There's nobody there. 2 older women at the bar, and then one girl sitting by herself there. She wasn't very good looking. So I figure, you know, there's another saying that I have. It's not the face you fuck, it's the fuck you face. So I figured, I don't care. Her body's nice. I sit down, start talking to her. It was the worst woman I talked to. Everything she was saying was like, if I ask her a question, I'm not answering questions. I tried my best charm, everything. It's like, you must sleep with a lot of women. Yes, I do. What are you doing here with me? And after a while, I said to myself, you know what? If I took her home, I wouldn't want to fuck her anymore. Okay? I got up and I told her, I'm so glad you did this to me. Okay? And people say, and I tell people, I have trouble with ugly girls. The good-looking girls never was a problem. I never had that kind of reaction. I would have never believed that I would get that kind of reaction from her. Negative, negative, negative. No, I don't answer. I'm not telling you. Ask her if she has any brothers or sisters. I'm not telling you. What, am I going to go check your family and kill your brother? Come on, you can't answer that question. You know?
Question. She was there alone? Yeah, because I kind of figured out that usually when there's a woman alone in the club with nobody, you get this kind of reaction very often.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't touch her, I don't like that, blah, blah, blah. That's so negative.
I mean,
why are they going out? Because they want to argue with somebody or what?
Now, try to think about what they're thinking. Why are they, exactly, you see? Now you're not thinking what she's thinking anymore. You're going, why is she going out? Get out of my life. Go home. Don't waste the air in the restaurant, you know? That's what you should be thinking about.
You know what? I met her in one club. It just happened 2 weeks ago. Similar situation. I met her in one club, talked to her, and she was really difficult. And I said, okay, then have a nice time. And then I went to another club, and my brother says, oh, look, there's this girl from this other club. And when she saw me, she ran away. She left the second place. So I thought, well,
good.
you have a problem.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. There's always some that you don't even, no matter what, you don't want to be with them. You know, you can't anticipate what they're going to be like.